What's up, dudes? It's Molly. I hear ready to meet the family. Tell me about your son. Okay. This is for Libra, Aries, and Taurus. Libra, Aries, and Taurus. I am channeling. Hi, I'm Molly Marcella. I'm a clairaudient, psychic, Heyoka empath. I am channeling, so anything I say is part of your message. I have Star MS here, and so I'm just going to pop cards today. Some people might be meeting someone for the first time, something like that. Somebody's son might mean something. So my son works for a video game studio. Empty cup, unsatisfied, unhappy, unfulfilled, incomplete, or undeveloped. I hear unsatisfied by the replacements. So my son works for a video game studio while he goes to college. He's been working for this video game studio for many years. Musician, artist, entertainer, performer, virtuoso, poet. It is called, I believe, Northwoods Studios, or I believe something like that, or Twin Flame, Soulmate, Infinity, Divine Timing, and Supernatural. I almost said typing. So his video game that his group has developed is called SCP, Secret Laboratory. And what I have understood, I'm not a video game player myself, but the way my son has explained it to me is he says it's an experience. And so if you are a player, you will log on to this game, and I found a video that will that explains the video game that my son and his group from this video game studio have developed and they maintain, and it's a very successful video game. And so how it is you show up on the video game site. This is how I understand it. And you get issued a character, and you don't get to choose who your character is, and it's different every single time. So you push start or however it does it, and all of a sudden you're this character. And the goal is like, I think the storyline is some sort of virus got out in the laboratory, and you have to leave the laboratory and make it to the roof where you can get rescued or something like that. And you have to, there's good people and bad people. There's all sorts of different characters, and whoever you're issued when you start the game is your character. And so this is also the kind of video game that, I forget what it's called, but it means that other people in the other characters in the game are actual real people playing. And so, for example, if you logged on to that game and there was nobody else playing the game at the same time, you could walk through the whole laboratory, never come upon anybody, make it to the roof, and you won the game. But if there's more people playing, then you have interaction with other people. So they had one holiday thing where they changed the coding up around the holidays. Bleeding heart, empath, sympathizer, help, light worker, healer, friend, confidant. And I think like they did one Halloween one where like everybody turned into skeletons, and then they did another one where all of a sudden everything was just pink flamingos coming in and all around you, and just little quirky little change ups in the coding that they do. And when they had one of those holiday releases, I think that he said they had 11,000 people playing at the same time. So that's pretty big accomplishment. His whole group is in their 20s, and they are successful people. My son doesn't have very many techie people in his life, except for, the wheel is turning, except for his soul family in his video game. He also has met some techie people at college. He goes to the University of Minnesota, and he has joined the rocket team there. They build model rockets. Apparently, model rocketry is competitive. And the University of Minnesota has won first place for many years in a row. They have a really good rocket program. That's kind of like an extracurricular thing he does. So, he's stuck with it. My son is also high-functioning spectrum-y. But, and he would be what you call a divine masculine showboy with divine sensuality. My son is one of the people who are good at being at the front of the house, talking to people, explaining things. He's really good at explaining, like a galactic professor. And on top of that, he's also a teacher's assistant at the University of Minnesota. And I wondered when my son's the equivalent of like a junior in college. He had this one moment where he was leading some sort of mandatory thing for new students, and the electricity had gone down in the computer lab, so everybody was just kind of sitting there, but it was mandatory for the new students to attend this, whatever it was. And so he was telling me about this, and he said to them it was about a half an hour. It was like a 3-hour set, or 2 hours, or however long, and they had it all, we're all just sitting there. Half an hour before it was supposed to be over, he just announced to everyone, I'm clocking all of us in as being here, but this is wasting everybody's time. You all are excused. You can leave. And my son was gathering all his stuff up, because I wondered to myself, what's he going to be like with this authority? And he told me there was about 15 minutes before the thing was ending, a student ran in, another guy, ran into the room, sat down, and my son said, we're already done here? And he said, no, I'm early. It starts at this time. And my son said, no, I think you got the times wrong. That's when it ended. But I excused everybody 15 minutes ago. And this kid stressed out because he legit got the times wrong of this mandatory thing he had to have attended. And he started to like freak out. And my son, that's what I said to my son, I said, what'd you do? And he said, I told him the same thing I told the other students. You were here. You showed up. Yeah, nothing worked, so I excused everybody, but I marked you as here. And that's when I thought my son was pretty cool. The kid was literally upset, thinking he fucked up his first thing in this first, week of college. So my son has always been, and my daughter too. I have a daughter too, but we're just talking about my son right now. It's always been in like what they would call gifted classes, or advanced placement classes, AP classes. And I got some of the best advice from one of his gifted teachers in elementary school. She said, a very difficult thing that happens for high performance kids is they kind of skate through elementary school. Everything just comes super easily to them. And they're used to always getting an A. And then high school comes, it gets a little bit difficult, more difficult, but they skate through some more. And their identity is wrapped around, I'm an AP student and I get good grades. And it all kind of comes easy to me. But then they get to college. And then they take really tough college classes and they might get a C for the first time in their life and have a complete meltdown. Because every false reality about themselves is being like, everything comes so easy to me. And so college can be a really hard time for highly intelligent kids. And she had told us to make sure that we point out when we make kind of bonehead mistakes around these kids who are very, well, my daughter don't give a shit at all. She's just as intelligent, but my son puts all the weight of the world on him. I remember my dad and I sitting around, my dad was in town. My son got off the bus in 3rd grade. He got one spelling word wrong on his spelling test, and he was pissed off. And I said, now imagine 3rd grade. And I said, this is the worrying mind of a genius kid. His father is an actual genius. 3rd grade. I said, Ash. He said, that's not 100%. Bad grades, bad job, bad life, Mom. Where did you learn that, dude? You got all of them right but one. That's how much pressure these kind of kids can put on themselves. So his gifted teacher had said, make sure you're not always showing yourself as perfection. I hear projection. As perfection. Make sure if you make a bonehead mistake, you say to your kid, look at this. I made this bonehead whatever. I did this. But look at, I can fix it just by doing this. It's all good. Those little things like that do so much around these kind of kids. We have the cosmic curtains showing. Now my son is pretty laid back. He gets great grades at school. He made the dean's list one semester last year, more than one semester. And he's got a busy schedule. He's going to school to be a computer engineer. All right, so cosmic curtains. So that's the story of my son. I did find a really interesting, I'm looking forward to watching it, really interesting video where somebody explains the whole game of SCP Secret Laboratory. So I will link that down in the comment section of this reading. If you don't like clicking links, I totally get it. I'll put the title of that video too. You can copy and paste the title and do a YouTube search and that video will pop up. But if you click the link, if it's me linking, it's not a nefarious link. The Tarot DJ. So yeah, that's my baby's baby. Cosmic curtains, the divine shielding you from negativity and showing you a new path. So what Spirit is saying is, when Spirit shows the cosmic curtains, that means you were on a path that was not the correct path for you. It was too negative, whatever it was. So Spirit closed the curtains on that, grabbed you by the back of your neck, pulled you back to the crossroads, and now here's the thing that's so much better. And Spirit opens up the curtains and says, ta-da! Here's the new thing we just brought in for you. So somebody might get somebody like a dream person, somebody who gets into what they get into, something like that. Somebody might get a family all of a sudden. All right. And these are excellent cards that are showing up. These are some of my most spiritual cards. All right. So Taurus, Aries, and Libra. Let's see what, let me see. Okay, here, I can type it in. I'm going to give you your Starseed transmission. Taurus, here's yours. So I typed Taurus in a search of past readings. I'm going to read you the top 5 titles that have Taurus in the title, and that's your Starseed transmission. Guess who gets the muse everyone loves? Here comes help. The manipulator who stole her blessings has been exposed. Karma, wheel turns. Capricorn, Taurus. They're mortified at how rude they were to an innocent divine feminine earth angel. Taurus, Scorpio, Libra. Rejoice! You hit the jackpot. Work endeavor with a hot person. Swoon! Aries, Taurus. Immature bullies are fired. Angel is hired. And everything changes immediately today. All right. Next is Aries. Aries. Leaving the past behind. Blondie got their full attention now. All right, my computer just shut off. So it's off. I got hackers. I got an old computer. I got all of the above. So I will take Aries and Libra when my computer is back up, type them into a search, and I will put those Starseed transmissions down in the comment section as well. All right, there you go, dudes. Peace out. Love ya. Yeah, check out my son's game. I'll put a link to it. Yeah, I forgot to mention. My son's first name is Asher. He's 21. We call him Ash. And his video game username that he has had since he was in middle school is Ender. E-N-D-E-R. All aboard the big train. Nice caboose.